Remember that pound US dollar trade that I did where I was £2,000 in profit a couple of days ago? I was talking to you about how to hang on to big winning trades, and you don't have to be at your charts all day long looking at these trades. Well, this went on to make £4,303. We're going to look at that trade strategy in 1 second, but we're going to dive into first, guys. I want to show you Thursday's trading, really, because that ended up with £2,000 and 76 pence, and it was such relaxing trading. I wasn't at my screens all day long. I wasn't trading off a 1 minute chart to, you know, ramp up the stress levels. It was really relaxed and controlled, and that's what you want. Trading can be hard enough as it is, but by trading the way I'm going to show you now, you can sit back and relax, put your stops in, put your profit targets in, and let those trades play out. So let's look at this. I want to look at the NASDAQ. I did the Dow as well. That made 800. But it's the NASDAQ one that I picked here for you, okay? And you can see if you're doing small position sizes, you can really ramp it up as well. I mean, I'm only doing, was it 5, 6, and 8 pounds a point on the NASDAQ here. A couple of quid on the Dow Jones, and the Dow's quite a big mover, being at 42,000. But it still can ramp up some really nice profits. Even if you're doing smaller position sizes. Okay, so it was all about Thursday's trading, and it was short side trade. So my strategy is the color method that we use. We're keeping it really simple here, and on Wednesday we closed with a 60-minute nice sell signal red. We had tracks red, we had storyteller red. It was downside moves. However, on the way down, of course it's 1 o'clock in the morning here. I'm not trading this. But then in the middle of the evening, and we get into 5 and 6 o'clock going into Thursday morning, we've got arrows here. The color method's all based around the colors, to keep it simple. The red arrows are saying down, the system is saying down, the dots here, which are the tracks, are saying red, and the storyteller is red. So we're looking for short side trades only. So we looked for short side trades only on Thursday, and that was what happened. Really nice move to the downside, big flush in the afternoon, and you could have taken profits around this area here. And the reason you could have taken profits is because the storyteller had matured. It had gone multiple histograms to the downside, and when that happens, it's only a matter of time before the market stops going down and reverses. And we got that on Thursday evening at 6 p.m. So we got the nice move down. We got on the right side of the market. Now, why was I looking for short side trades? Isn't the market in a bull market? Well, I'm a momentum trader, and I look for trading the colors on momentum. Here's the daily time frame, and I'd always advise to try and have multiple time frames when you're trading. When you're a beginner, you're probably going to only be able to read 2 charts. Well, this daily chart is where you should maybe start, and then look for a time frame below that, maybe a 60-minute chart or a 4-hour time frame. They're good combinations, guys. So we've been in a lovely green to the upside. Yep, you can see that. It's green and long and strong. And then you could see that the storyteller had turned red. So it was losing momentum. So I was on the lookout here for red side trades. And that's why then I went red in this area, went short red in this area here on Thursday, okay? Matching up 2 time frames. That's really key, because now you stack the odds right on your side, all right? So matching up 2 time frames was key, and that's what I did with the color method here, in combination with all the colors coming down. Storyteller, we call this the trend predictor. This is a system in itself with the arrows pointing down here. We've got a beautiful one setting up on the NASDAQ on the monthly chart, guys. And so this was a really nice move to the downside. Okay, let's take a little look now at the pound trade that moved on to £4,300 profit this week, after it being only in profit about £2,000. Remember, that was the live trade that I did, showing you how to basically hang on to those big winning trades. So we ended up £4,300 in profit. Now we go up to a bigger time frame. Okay, we want to look to see what the bigger time frame is doing. We want to look at the colors. What's the momentum doing? Well, we can see all the way up here, it's green, isn't it? So we'd be buying the market, wouldn't you? It goes from red to green. That's a buy signal. That's your signal to get into the trade. And then we go sideways here. We turn white. White means there's choppy markets. And then we go into a green, and then we're all the way up here. However, I've been around long enough trading the markets. I could see that as we've gone up, when the trend has gone a long way and the pound against the dollar had gone from like 124 to 136.37, when it's gone a long way, there becomes a top in the market. And what happens is that the storyteller starts to make lower highs as the price makes higher highs. So it starts to make lower highs here, lower histograms, okay? So that tells me the momentum at the top of a big trend is starting to slow. Now, it's my opportunity then to take advantage of a trade in that direction, i.e. the opposite side. And you can see here, last week we had sell signal, so I'm looking for triggers short. Sell signal. I'm ignoring all the greens because my bias, and look, I can teach you to trade the bias where the momentum's going to go on the bigger time frame in half an hour. It's so simple to read. And then you want to go down to your entry time frame, which in this case was the 1 hour, and then you're looking for these reds. We're not looking for greens. And then the red here just flushes down beautifully. Okay, so we got big selling candlesticks here. These were our triggers to short that market on Tuesday. Very nice. And then what does this mean here, guys? Look, as the histograms expand to the downside and they get very mature and tired, then you know it's the end of the move. But the thing is, somebody's shorting it down here. They obviously are not realizing that it's oversold. It's gone way beyond 8 histograms, okay? So when it does that, on average, the price will bounce back. And then we get a rally back for a day or so, and it was pretty quiet on Wednesday. And then we get another sell signal to complete the pattern. Now we get the divergence in once again, and then you look for the buy signal up this way if you want to get long in here, okay? So that was the move I'm talking about regarding that 4,300. Check it out. There was a live video that I did, live trade that I did, talking about hanging on for big trades and looking at that bigger time frame. And that's exactly what I did with the color method, using the bigger time frame but the smaller time frame to get into the trade. And stop placements and profit targets are all generated on the smaller time frame if you want to get in and out and take those trades and be quick for the day and bank those profits. All right, guys, that's the color method that we use here at Trading College. And that's a few trades. I mean, there are many other trades, and it's been another profitable week. It's been absolutely fantastic in the markets. I think it's going to hot up. It's really hot here in the UK at the moment. However, I think the markets are really going to hot up at the moment. We are in for some fantastic opportunities next week in the markets. By trading the colors, you're going to keep on the right side. You know when exactly to enter, when to get out of the trade, and when to look for those big momentum moves. All right, guys, I hope it helps. Don't forget, if you want to get hold of the color method, request a call back down below. Speak to one of our lovely support team here at Trading College, and they give you all the details of how you can get it. All right, guys,